Hey everybody, G-Bear out in the desert, and another episode of Homesteading the Desert. All this wood you see on my trailer I just picked up at Home Depot this morning, and this is all for my electric room, which I put half the foundation in when I was here last trip, just not too long ago, about 4 days ago. And I filled in the rest of these cells with concrete today, and I put some anchor bolts in there, and I put the floor joists in and some supports in the floor joists where I just don't want too large of a span, even though the flooring I'm using is this 1-inch thick OSB tongue and groove, and it's designed for 24-inch spans, so there's no problem at all with the sagging or anything like that. It's the same stuff I used on the cabin floor, and this is a much smaller span, so I don't think there'll be any flexing in there. But I did want to make it fairly strong because I'm going to be having 20 of those golf cart batteries in there, and those things are heavy. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. And I spent my trip out shopping at Home Depot. Took up more than half the day. I came back at lunchtime and then sat down. Well, I sat down in a restaurant and had lunch. But I wanted to show you something. I remember when I was leaving last time, I told you I mixed up some of my magic potion and see what I could do about getting life back in here. Well, looky here. Let me see if I can get this down in there. Look what's coming out of the side of that grapevine. And it is not time for this thing to be sprouting. This is the time it's supposed to be going into dormancy. But I gave it a real good cocktail of a special mix that I put together, and it is showing signs of life. So the squirrels didn't completely destroy it. That's a good thing. I should have some good growth coming back on that. I'm going to get some more protection on it so that in the springtime that thing really takes off. All right, I already locked up the container. The wind is blowing. It's only about 8 to 10 miles an hour, but you can see my turbine up there is going crazy. And you see my table saw and my chop saw is up here, and I put the 1/2-inch dry drill away in the van already. I had that out with the rapid rod mixer on there for mixing concrete. And I've been working with those since around a little after noon. And we're going to come in here and take a look-see. And oh my gosh, look at that. We got 13.4 bouncing off 13.5 on the battery banks. And the refrigerator is running. And I don't think I'm going to have any trouble with power out here. The time right now is 4:07. The temperature is 85 or 84 up there, and I'm going to get ready to have some dinner here in a little while. I just wanted to cover those few little things before I did. I'll make this a short video today, and we'll have a bigger one tomorrow. I can't go any further on this flooring over here because the anchor bolts are not dry yet. The concrete around them is not dry. So I have to wait until that is completely cured so I don't knock those things loose. I want to make sure that I got some good anchorage on there so the wind doesn't blow my walls away. But anyway, the cement should be dry tomorrow or fully cured, and well, cured enough anyway. And I will get back on this tomorrow, and I hope to have it completely framed. I'll have the door in place, and I'll have the roof on. And if I still have time, I'll make one more trip over to Home Depot, and I'll pick up all the siding and get the siding on here. And I'll be enclosed. That's what I'm looking for, because I can start moving the battery banks and everything out here. And I'm going to put up my second pole is going to go off of one of those corners on the other side there for the larger turbine. And I'm going to anchor it right to the side of the building instead of having it sitting out free like the other one. So I'll still have guy wires on it, 2 guy wires on it, but it's the other side will be fastened to the cabin or to the electric room walls here. That should give me a little bit more strength. All right, no more jabbering around. G Bear signing off. Cold beer time.